Well, Eve Stewart's done an extraordinary and remarkable job on this, and to be able to unleash Eve on the largest sound stage in the UK, newly built, the Richard Attenborough stage, was great fun.
The design of T Stage was enormously good fun, and obviously we started that right at the beginning of the process. When we first approach it, you think, oh, it's easy, we just go to Paris and have a look round. Paris is completely different to what it was. This was partly because all the narrow streets prior to 1852 were incredibly brilliant for staging a revolution. They were all windy streets with tall buildings from which people could throw down furniture. So by 1852, they decided they'd absolutely had enough of this. They were going to broaden the streets, going to have big boulevards where the armies could get down quick and there's a sense of control. So we had to carefully research pre-1852 Paris, and we felt that the inspiration should also come from the book itself.
The book has been incredibly influential for us because there's beautiful, beautiful descriptions of the world, which a lot of it isn't actually seen on stage. So it's quite extraordinary how much there is. It's amazing.
The street, we built incredibly fast. We built it in under 10 weeks, and it took a team of about 100 carpenters, plasterers, sculptors and painters. One of the biggest challenges, really interestingly, was trying to get amazing carpenters that have worked here for years on thousands of big films not to build things with straight lines. That's been my hardest challenge.
The attention to detail is something that we really, really love doing. Even if he just wants to do a little cutaway of somebody sitting in a shop, it's so lovely to be able to give Tom the chance that he could.
The cafe, partly inspired by the Flatiron building in New York, and an early photograph of old Paris before it was knocked down, where there was a sort of miniature version of this. This is a building that, as you can see, is about to fall down on the right-hand side, and has a kind of insubstantiality to it.
Students, workers, everyone, there's a river on the run, like the flowing of the tide, Paris coming to our side.
This is where the students plan their revolution, and I like the idea of their home creating a symbol of the fragility of their project, the fragility of their revolutionary idea.
Red, a world about to dawn, black, the night that ends at last.
Well, this is our first day of filming on this set, so it's quite exciting to be here and see the amazing work that's been done. Just the detail is unbelievable. You just can walk around and you see every little thing is just perfect.
See camera mark.
Background and action!
For a British actor, working in Pinewood is always part of the dream, because that's that thing that's lodged in you since you're a kid, that this is a great part of our film industry and our establishment. But to work on a set of that scale, I mean, is absolutely beautiful.
It is quite a funny sensation to be on that stage. You feel for a moment, where am I? It is so credible that you are in 19th century Paris street.
I believe the energy, I believe that people walk these streets every single day. Eve outdid herself with the sets.
There is wine here to revive you. There is bread to make you strong. There's a bed to rest till morning. Rest from pain and rest from wrong.
At the time we were casting the show back in 1984, there was a man who'd done very little acting and was an extraordinary presence. He was a session singer called Colin Wilkinson, who just was Jean Valjean. The moment he picked up the score and the voice came out, you felt the hand of God was on the piece of casting.
He is the original Valjean, beloved by millions of people the world over. And it was really important to us to bring the spirit of the show in any way we could to the film.
He created this role. He also created a way of singing that that really tenors have been copying now ever since for the last 25 years.
The first meeting between Hugh Jackman and Cohen was something very emotional because Hugh was facing the guy who was the first Jean Valjean. And as a matter of fact, I wrote Bringing Home for Cobb Wilkinson.
One of the first scenes that we did was between Valjean and the bishop.
Please, sit.
There was an immediate connection. I think everybody felt really sort of moved by it.
Bless our dear sister and our honored guest. Please, eat.
The bishop to me is a huge sort of role in as much that he's the guy who redeems him, saves his soul for God, gives him the candlesticks and sets him on the right path.
Monsieur, release him. This man has spoken true.
It is the voice of God through this story which guides and changes the life of Jean Valjean.
You must use this precious silver to become an honest man.
One of the great things Cohen said to me, he pulled me aside after the first day of work. He said, "Mate, if there's anything you want to pick my brain about, ask me about." And I said, "There's a couple of bits." And he just stopped me. He goes, "Hugh, I did not do what was originally written. I made it my own. I had my reasons for doing it. And because that was the first, nobody knew. You have to make this your own." And I felt like, okay, well, that's officially the baton being carried over.
Everybody has a unique talent and everybody has a unique thing that they will bring to this role. Hugh will do it in his way. He'll sing it in his way. If you look at Hugh and his work ethic and the way he goes about what he does, he's so thorough and so intense. It'll be very emotional.
Sam Barks, who plays Eponine, she's a trained theatrical singer.
I first came across her when I was with Andrew Lloyd Webber, and we did this television series which ended up with 4 finalists, of which Sam was one of the top 4 finalists.
Well, I then went on tour and played Sally Bowles in Cabaret and, then started working.
I wanted to try her out for the role of Eponine. I thought she'd be really a terrific Eponine for the stage show.
And it was the right time, I think, for me to audition for Eponine. And it was a character that I just felt that I had this, burning desire to play.
Tom came to see one of the O2 performances because we had started to talk about the film. And from the very outset, despite everyone else in Hollywood throwing their hat in the ring, she was always someone that we wanted very much to consider.
I then started playing Nancy and Oliver, which obviously is full circle where it all started, and working with Cameron again. And so I was taking my bow in Oliver, and he walks on stage.
I gave her the role of Eponine in London, and then, of course, at the O2 for that amazing concert for the 25th anniversary. And now our director, Tom Hooper, has chosen her for the movie.
Speechless. And sometimes I look back and I go, that was the moment, bang, right there, your moment, your life just changed forever.
It was a wonderful thing to walk down there and, hear the snivels of delight from the chorus and the company behind.
It was all his idea. He was like, I'm going to go up and surprise her, and it was so theatrical and amazing, and it's just such a fantastic moment, of my life.
It couldn't happen to a nicer or more talented girl.
I just feel so close to this character, so to have travelled so far with her now, which is a beautifully written character, and it's a joy to play her. To all of a sudden changing your performance from hitting the back of the stalls to singing right here, you just have to trust yourself.
She understands the difference between acting on a stage, singing on a stage, and singing for a movie.
We had so many gods and goddesses of the West End come in on this job.
I've been in the show once about 10 years ago when I played the role of Eponine, and now 10 years later I'm playing the role of Fantine. I think Annie's doing a wonderful job of Fantine. She's getting so many beautiful nuances to the character. And she just said to me, it's nice to be part of the Fantine club, so we're both in the club together.
Come on, dearie, why are the fuss?
My name is Frances Raphael.
and I'm Whore 1. I was the original Eponine in the London production and the Broadway production of Les Miserables.
She was very special, Frances. She did a great job as Eponine.
It's amazing to see it recreated like this. It's spectacular. It's a real joy to be here.
I might have known there is always some man. Lovely lady, come along and join us.
One of the things that's amazing about the experience of filming Les Mis is that you're working alongside people who have played major parts in West End productions. The film really is peppered with leading West End actors.
Balcony! Fire!
My first job out of college was playing Marius in the West End, and then a couple of years ago I did the 25th anniversary concert, which we did at the O2. Quite a few of us who were doing the West End production were asked in to come and audition. I suppose they wanted to find people who knew the show to a certain extent and also who were happy singing.
You at the barricades, listen to this. The people of Paris sleep in their beds. You have no chance at all. Why throw your lives away?
Seeing the guys absolutely just inhabit the parts and just inhabit this whole environment as well has been quite a thrill, really, and it's been such a thrill just being part of sort of seeing it realised.
The film absolutely rests on their ability to come in and be great. These Olivier-winning actors and actresses were coming in and just, you know, doing a line here and a line there. I just always felt really humbled.